Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In this lesson we're gonna do how to make more verbs from the same three root letters by adding some words. So we call that al-failus as-salasiyu al-mazidu, augmented three-letter verb. This verb is formed by adding one or more letters to the original three letter verb, which in Arabic is called al-failus salasiyu al-mujarrad. So the letters are added to increase the vocabulary of words. For example, nazala is three-letter verb, means he came down, and nazala, so nazala, there is one middle letter that is added, so it's two ze, so become nazala, which means he sent or he brought down, and this verb is also used for some action which is repeated again and again. There are 15 forms of verbs. I mean, you can make 15 forms by adding different letters, but we will study the first 10 only. So form 1 is the one that we have already studied, which is the three letter. It can be fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula. That is the original three root letters. So the form 2, in the form 2, you just repeat the middle letter, you make it double. So like fa'ala becomes fa'ala. There are two n. So here we are adding one letter here. So this is called, we will go through some examples, but in the basic form, it's gonna be like this: fa'ala, that is form 2. Form 3 is fa'ala. Here this alif is added between the three root letters fa, a and la, so alif is added, so becomes fa'ala. Again in this form only one letter is added. The form 4, again alif is added, hamza is added, so it's gonna be af'ala. Is going to be af'ala. So again these three, only one letter is added. Here is in the middle, here is alif is added between these first and second radical, and here hamza is added before all the three radicals. It becomes af'ala. Form 5, the fa'ala. So here two letters are added, ta and the n here. In other words, you can make this form by adding ta to the form 2. So you see is fa'ala by adding one letter was added here. This is the fa'ala, two letters are added here, and that is called form 5. Form 6 is the fa'ala. So again there are here two letters are added, one ta and second is a. Simply to know this, to understand this, just say remember that the form 3, if you add ta to it, it becomes form 6. Form 2 becomes form, I just remember it, add 3 to it, it becomes 5, add 3 to it, it becomes 6. So those two, just by adding ta to these two forms becomes the two new forms, 5 and 6. But in these two letters are added. Form 8, in fa'ala, again two letters are added, alif and noon. So that is the separate form. Form 8, again two letters are added, alif and ta. Ta is added after the first radical. So here in was added before the three radicals. Here the alif is added before all the radicals, three radical, but the ta is added after the second one. Form 9 is if Allah. So here also two letters are added, alif and lam. The third radical is repeated. And form 10 is istafala. So here three letters are added. You see these different by three different colors. So here we add three letters before the three root letters. Ist, we add ist, alif, sin, or and ta. So those are the just the recognition of the 10 forms. The one we have done already in detail above. So we are doing starting from the second one, which is fa'ala. So this verb is formed by doubling the second radical of the root verb fa'ala. Like fa'ala. So in the past tense is going to be fa'ala. In the present tense is going to be yufa'ilu, and the amr form is going to be like this, fa'il. From the verb, if you make a noun, verbal noun, masdar, it becomes taf'ilun. If you want to make a file, ism file, from this form is going to be in this pattern, mufa'ilun. And if you want to make a maf'ul, in this form is going to be on this pattern, mufa'alun, just e and a, mufa'ilun, mufa'alun. And the past tense for the in the majhul, in the passive form, is going to be fu'ila, from fa'ala to fu'ila, and the present is going to change from yufa'ilu to yufa'alu if you're making it a passive voice. So here are some examples. Bashara, yubashiru. You see that all these these verbs, they follow the same pattern here. Bashara, yubashiru, bashir, tabshirun, mubashirun, mubasharun, bushira, yubasharu. So just if you remember this in the three letter regular form, we said could be different combinations, but here in the form 2 onward, we just it's all standard form, just one combination, fa'ala yufa'ilu. Similarly, nazala yunazzilu. Amr is nazil, masdar is tanzilun, fa'il is munazzilun, ism fa'il, ism maf'ul munazzalun, nuzzila passive, yunazzalu passive past tense, passive present tense. All these verbs, they have come in Surah Yasin, so I have just picked from there just to and when we go through them, then I will show you the complete conjugation of those verbs for your better understanding. So next one is qaddama yukaddimu, qaddim, taqdeemun, muqaddimun, muqaddamun, quddima, yukaddamu. So if you will realize that following the same pattern. Zakara yuzakkiru, zakkir, tazkirun, muzakkirun, muzakkarun, zukkira, yuzakkaru, fajjara yufajjiru, fajjir, tafjirun, mufajjirun, mufajjarun, fujjira, yufajjaru, qaddara yukaddiru, qaddir, taqdirun, muqaddirun, muqaddarun, quddira, yukaddaru, matta yumattiyu, matti, tamtiyun, mumattiyun, mumattaun, muttiya, yumattau, allama yuallimu, allim, ta'limun, muallimun, muallamun, ullima, yuallamu, kallama yukallimu, kallim, taklimun, mukallimun, mukallamun, kullima, yukallamu, ammara yuammiru, ammir, ta'mirun, muammirun, muammarun, ummira, yuammaru, nakkasa yunakkisu, nakkis, tankisun, munakkisun, munakkasun, nukkisa, yunakkasu. So this all examples for the form 2. We go to form 3. This verb is formed by adding, as in the summary that I have showed already. So we're just going in detail of the same, that by adding alif, this becomes a new form, and it is fa'ala yufa'ilu. Amar is fa'il, and this if you're making a masdar out of that, the verbal noun, it's gonna be mufa'alatun or fi'alun is gonna be on this pattern. Mufa'ilun, mufa'alun, fu'ila, yufa'alu. So let's take that. This common verb katala, yukatilu. Amar is katil, mukatalatun, mufa'alatun, mukatalatun. It can be this or that. Mukatilun, mukatalun, kutila, yukatalu. This form is not much used in Surah Yasin, so I have just used this. I'm showing this one example only. Form 4, af'ala. Hamza is added before the 3 root letters, and so this is the pattern of this form. Af'ala yuf'ilu. Amar is af'il, masdar is if'alun, muf'ilun ism fa'il, muf'ilun the doer, muf'alun, and it is in the past tense, the passive gonna be uf'ila, and present yufalu. So we take this verb is also used quite frequently in Surah Yasin. Like there are some few examples here. Anzara yunziru, to warn. Anzir, inzarun, munzirun, munzarun, unzira, yunzaru. From kharaja it becomes akhraja, yukhriju, akhrij, ikhrajun. Just remember that in the 3 letter I showed you the rules, the 3 different steps how to make a amar from the 3 letter regular verb from that present tense. But in those 2 to 10 example, these 10 forms, it's just going to be in the same form. So you don't need to make it. It's going to be automatically. It's going to be fall on this pattern. So akhraja yukhriju, akhrij, ikhrajun, mukhrijun, mukhrajun, ukhrija, yukhraju. Absara yubsiru, absir, ibsarun, mubsirun, mubsarun, ubsira, yubsaru. Arsala yursilu, arsil, irsalun, mursilun, mursalun, ursila, yursalu. Anzala yunzilu, anzil, inzalun, munzilun, munzalun, anzila, yunzalu. I'm not going in the detail, the verb, the meanings and all this, just to save time, because when they're gonna come in Surah Yasin, eventually, anyhow, we're gonna be looking into the meanings and the detail of the formation of the verb, like the past tense, the present tense, because this is just the huwa form. So there's gonna be, I'm gonna show you how to make this the different formation under the 14 pronouns. Okay, amana, yuminu, amin. You see, is following the same pattern. Imanun, muminun, mumanun. At'ama is no form for this passive. At'ama yut'imu, at'im, it'amun, mut'imun, mut'amun, ut'ima, yut'amu. Akrama yukrimu, akrim, ikramun, mukrimun, mukramun, ukrima, yukramu. Adraka yudriku, adrik, idrakun, mudrikun, mudrakun, udrika, yudraku. Ahzara yuhziru, ahzir, ihzarun, muhzirun, muhzarun, uhzira, yuhzaru. Okay, so that was form 4. I remember this this form, the easy word to remember this, aslama. I have taken an example from Surah Yasin, but if you want to remember it, you just take the word aslam. So just remember that aslama yuslimu, aslim, and islamun. We use that word a lot. Islamun, muslimun, muslamun, uslima yuslamu. So if you just remember that is aslama is on form 4. Form 5, like I said before, this verb is form ta. If you add ta before the second form, so becomes another form 5. 2 plus 3 5. Tafa'ala, tafa'ala yatafa'alu. So this is the pattern of the form 5. Tafa'ala yatafa'alu, tafa'al, tafa'ulun, mutafa'ilun, mutafa'alun, tufa'ila, yutafa'alu. So this is the verb that has come in Surah Yasin. Tatayyara yatatayyaru, tatayyar, tatayyarun. So the noun, you see that when it's it is ism. When there is no such thing, so that is the verb. Tatayyarun, mutatayyirun, mutatayyarun. So this is form 5, not much use. So you have seen that form 2 and form 4 that there are many verbs on those patterns. These not many verbs are formed from this form where you don't see many examples, so that means it's not very common. Form 6, again form 3, you add ta to it and becomes form 6. Tafa'ala, fa'ala, from fa'ala to tafa'ala. Tafa'ala yatafa'alu, tafa'al, tafa'ulun, mutafa'ilun, mutafa'alun, tufu'ila, yutafa'alu. So this is you just need to memorize or remember this pattern, then it's gonna be easy to make any verb and follow this pattern, set the verb on those patterns. So like the verb is tabaraka, yatabaraku, tabarak, tabarak, gonna be jazm here. Tabarukun, mutabarikun, mutabarakun, tuburika, yutabarakum. This is also not very common. The next one is form 7. In fa'ala is just alif and noon. In is added to the 3 root letters. This verb is formed by adding 2 letters, which is in, alif or noon, to the root form fa'ala. So this is how this form is. In fa'ala yanfa'ilu, in fa'il, in fi'alun, munfa'ilun. Other forms are not made. So, and in fajara there is an example. In fajara yanfajiru, in fajir, infijarun, munfajirun. This is form 7. Form 8. This form is verb form. This is formed by prefixing letter alif and adding ta after the first radical of the root form fa'ala. So you see alif is added and ta is added. Any verb, if you add these 2 things, become a new form. So this is the pattern. Ifta'ala yaftailu, ifta'il, ifti'alun, muftailun, mufta'alun, ufta'ila, yufta'alu. Here are some examples taken from Surah Yasin. Ittaba'a yattabi'u, ittabih, ittaba'un, muttabiyun, muttaba'un, uttubiya, yuttaba'u. Another one. Intaha yantahi, intahi, intihaun, muntahin, muntahan, untahi, yuntaha. Another one. Ittakhaza yattakhizu, ittakhiz, ittikhazun, muttakhizun, muttakhazun, uttukhiza, yuttakhazu, yuttakhazu. Yeah. Ittaki, ittaka, yattaki. Amar is ittaki, ittikaun, muttakin, muttakan, uttukiya, yuttaka. Idda'a, yaddai, iddai, iddiaun, muddai, muddain is actually in. If I make it smaller, you will see it. Muddain, muddaan, udduiya, yudda'a. Istabaka, yastabiku, istabik, istibakun, mustabikun, mustabakun, ustubika, yustabaku. So this is form 8. Form 9. This verb is formed by prefixing letter alif and doubling the third radical of the root form fa'ala. So this you're gonna be doubling it and alif is added. So if Allah, yaf'allu, amar can be in two forms, if alil or if alli. Masdar is if ilalun and file is muf'ilun. Here is an example. Ikhmarra, yakhmarru, ikhmarir or ikhmarri, ikhmiraun, mukhrirun. This verb is not quite frequently used, so is only used to express colors and defects. Form 10. And this form is formed by adding three letters alif, sin or ta, ist, by adding ist to the root form fa'ala, which becomes istaf'ala, yastaf'ilu, mazi, mudare, mustaqbil. I have put mustaqbil here, but is means the mudare form. Istaf'ala, yastaf'ilu, istaf'il, istaf'alun, mustaf'ilun, mustaf'alun, ustuf'ila, yustaf'alu. Another verb, istahza, yastahzi, istahza, yastahziyu, istahzi, istahzaun, mustahziyun, mustahzaun, ustuhziya, yustahzau. Very common, istaghfara, and we know istaghfara means to ask for forgiveness. Istaghfara, yastaghfiru, istaghfir, istaghfarun, mustaghfirun, mustaghfarun. Istakarra, yastakirru, istakirra, amar, istakrarun, mustakirrun, mustakarrun, ustukirra, yustakarru. So mazi, majhul, and mudare majhul. Istata, yastatiyu, istatih, istata'atun, mustatiyun, mustata'un, ustutiya, yustata'u. And another one, istakama, yastakimu, istakim, istakamat, istakamatun, should be fatah here, istakamatun, mustaqimun, mustaqamun. Note this verb is often used for seeking, asking or demanding. Like I said, istaghfara means ghafara, he forgave. So istaghfara means to ask for forgiveness, to seek forgiveness. Istaghfara, yastaghfiru. So it is used for seeking, asking or demanding. So those were the 10 forms. Don't be overwhelmed with those so many vocabulary words. Eventually they're gonna come in the Surah Yasin, and we're gonna go into the details of those verbs. But just remember, you need to remember from form 2 to form 10 the pattern of it, because that is important. So I think I stop here. Then we have I think one more lesson before we can start, because the theory is going to be over. Then we're going to be doing a practical, studying Surah Yasin, and with all the principles that we have studied in those lessons. So then you will see the real, the practicality, how we're gonna whatever we studied, when it's gonna come in the Surah Yasin, then I will be taking you back to go through to revise those things again. So then it's gonna be a good practice for you. Okay, so I should stop here.